Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different because I've had a little bit of a serious day, so I kind of want to do a little bit more of a fun video. I thought I might show you my horrendous history with makeup. Really didn't start wearing makeup a lot until after I left high school. Like I used some eyeshadows and mascara and stuff. I never really did much with my eyebrows, but I thought I might show you what I used to do. We didn't have YouTube videos or anything like that, so yeah, it was a pretty bad situation all around. I thought I might show you probably what I did in like junior high school to later on in high school to probably my 20s, like very early 20s. You'll see. But I was rummaging through seeing if I could get any old photos. I couldn't really find anything that really showed me wearing much makeup because I did go to a private school. They weren't too keen on us wearing a lot of makeup. They make us take it off and we'd get given it attention. So all of my makeup at school was very plain. Apart from when I was a little bit adventurous and I wanted to wear a little bit of makeup to school. There was an eye look in year 10 that I really want to show you. God, it was bad. But I want to show you my first ever experience with makeup. I wasn't even 3 years old. Now, this photo is famous in my family. Everyone always used to talk about it when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with a copy of this photo. Okay. Get ready. Okay, so the story with this is my nana used to have this beautiful red lipstick, and I broke into the bathroom, got into her stuff and put it all over myself. Yeah, she wasn't too pleased because I was pretty heavy-handed with it and I basically wrecked her favorite lipstick. So yeah, she wasn't all too happy with me. So I'm gonna warn you, the outfit that I'm wearing, Mum, what were you thinking? It was 1989 though, so yeah, okay. Yeah, that's little Amanda at, was it 2.5 years old? Look how pretty I look. Yeah, that was my first ever experience with makeup. So, okay, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to show you what I did when I first started wearing makeup to school. Now, I never really had very bad skin when I was younger, but all the other kids kind of started getting pimples and stuff, and I thought that generally when you're supposed to be wearing makeup, you have to be wearing foundation. My mum wouldn't very often give me allowance because I was a lazy kid, so yeah, I used to steal her makeup. And she was always a lot more tan than me. So today I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'm pretty sure she used a drugstore brand. I can't really remember what it was, but this is probably the second darkest one that I own for when I'm tanning, so I'm just going to use that. Now, I never use brushes. I used those disposable foamy kind of things for a bit, but I realized it was soaking up so much of Mum's makeup that I just decided to use my hands. So obviously I didn't wear a primer because primers were not a thing back then, so okay, I moved you in a little bit closer. All right. Ugh. I'm sorry about my skin, by the way. I haven't been sleeping very well the last week or so, so. Do you have any idea how hard this is to put makeup on with your fingers? Oh. Now, this is no offense to anyone. If you still use your fingers, if that's what you want to do, then that's totally fine, but I have a bit of a thing about using my hands for stuff. Even as a kid, I was constantly washing my hands, and oh my god. And I used to cover the mouth. I never used to wear lipstick or anything like that because I just thought it looked weird on me. Okay, now I used to put it over my eyebrows too. I never used to wash it off at the end of the day. Now, if you're going to take anything away from this, if you are just starting out in makeup or you've been wearing it for years and you just haven't been doing this, you need to take your makeup off at night time, because it seriously broke me out so bad, especially around here. I used to get like whiteheads all over me because my skin was reacting to the makeup never being taken off, and then I would just sleep in it. And especially if I still had eye makeup on the next day, I'm like, oh yeah, man, that's totally cool. I'll just wear that again to school. Who does that? I think Mum's foundation is a little bit darker than this, but I will be setting it with a bronzer because I had never ever ever heard of a setting powder. That's actually not too bad. With color range, I think I might grab the other one and go a little bit darker because that doesn't look that bad. He is so loud. If any of you own a Burmese or a Siamese or anything, how annoying are they? They sound like broken lawnmowers. That's the stuff. Mate, you're gonna have to be quiet for me. Oh my god, I cannot wait to wash my face after this. Okay. Now, I didn't wear concealer or anything like that. Basically just left my eyes the way they were. And even the foundation I used to use never really covered up anything. These ones have actually got really good coverage. I could never seem to get all the foundation off my hands after I put it all on. And I remember because Dad had to take me to school, and I would put foundation, anything, all over his car. And Dad's always been very proud of his belongings, and I was on his shit list pretty much every day because handprints all over his car, and oh goodness me. When I was probably in about year 9, year 10, I used to do this makeup look. Obviously I used all drugstore ones, but I don't really use all that much drugstore stuff now because it's not that it's not good. It's just because in Australia the drugstore stuff is so expensive anyway. I think it's very, very overpriced that if I pay an extra $10 I can get high-end stuff, and why not? So what I would do is pretty much set everything with a bronzer. I thought I looked fabulous and tanned and gorgeous. Anything that I did with my makeup, I thought I was so great. But if you look at the difference there, oh yeah, that was the reality of the situation. Mum had this little quad that she would lend to me. It had 4 colors in it. One color was blue, there was a purple, there was a pink, and I think there was like a dark purple. I can't really remember what the 4th color was, but I do remember that I used to use the purple, the blue, and the pink in it. So the one color palette that I do have is the Morphe 35B palette. I know I've been using this a little bit. Up until recently, I've just been a neutrals kind of girl. I'm just starting to play around with color again. This brush is pretty similar to what was in the quad. It was a lot smaller. It was very fluffy, and it was a good brush for quads back then. I did take the purple all over the lid. I went the blue second, and I did the pink third as a kind of like a fade. I didn't blend it out too much. I just threw it on there. I remember when we used to go and do swimming class, redo this this eye makeup look after swimming class, because if I wasn't gonna have the foundation on, I was gonna have the eyes going anyway because I still wanted to be fabulous. I'm going to be using this color and just using it really, really, really lightly. After one swimming class, I was putting this back on, and one of the girls from my year coming up to me and asking me if I could do this to her. And I felt like I was like a makeup artist, like doing someone's makeup, because I thought that I was so good at doing makeup because this girl was asking me to do it for her. I'm like, oh god. Like these two together. Okay. Oh my god, look at that. Now I had some mascara. I always wore mascara because I always like the look of it. Now, I didn't put multiple layers on. I just had the one. Probably in year 7, I used to put the foundation on without totally setting it. Now, my poor mother, having to clean my white collared shirts. There was foundation all over them all the time. I never used to put mascara on my lower lashes. I didn't know anything about that. This is pretty much what I wore to school. I had concealer lips. I didn't put anything on my lips. I didn't like the feel of it. This is pretty much the look. I didn't do anything with my eyebrows. Senior high school, I pretty much, I did learn a little bit more about foundation. Oh my god, that just caked on so bad. I did learn to match my foundation a little bit better, even though it was still probably, oh my god, a little bit too dark for me. But I always went a little bit more natural with my eyeshadows and stuff. So I'll just be using that first foundation. I wasn't really in that many photos in my yearbook because I hated people taking photos of me. I hated it. Probably the one I really I am in is my yearbook kind of photo. Actually, no, I'm not showing you that. It's horrible. It's hideous. I'll just be using this flat paddle brush by Jessup. We're taking the foundation. That's how I used to do it. Still didn't use primer. I didn't use primer until I was in my mid-20s. Started getting into my makeup, so I really started spending the money on the makeup. And that was around the time that everything started picking up with YouTube. I think the first ever person that I ever subscribed to on YouTube as far as makeup goes was Michelle Phan. I loved her vampire one, and then the Tim Burton inspired one. Oh my god, I thought she was so cool. And it's ever since then that I have wanted to do YouTube. I don't know why I didn't start this at an early age. I mean, I know why I hadn't started in the last few years, because I was sick and everything, and I didn't particularly want to start a channel with me having no hair. Even up until I was 25, I still didn't know how to shape my own eyebrows properly. Probably what has lifted my eyebrow game is the fact that I lost them, and I had to draw them on every single day with it. So, as well as my practice with my winged eyeliner, it got better after I lost my eyelashes, because I looked kind of weird walking out of the house with nothing there. Some people totally forget that you lose your eyebrows and your eyelashes and everything when you do chemo, but yeah, I just felt like a little bit less like a hairless cat when I draw them on, and I do the winged eyeliner as well. Brown underneath here, probably like there, like leading up to the middle of my eye. So I'm going to be taking this one here, just a really small detail brush, and I'm going to be dipping into this medium brown color in the Chocolate Bar palette by Too Faced. I never blended it. Still didn't do my lower lashes. Lip balm. I wouldn't bother wiping off the concealer off my mouth, and you would see all the dry bits in my lips. So that's pretty much how I would have my makeup in senior high school. I always did the really dark underneath the eyes when I got out of high school. But my go-to color, generally wearing all the time, was gold with the dark underneath. I'm going to be using the Morphe 350S palette. Do this gold here. It was pretty close to the gold that I used to wear. The other one was probably a little bit more gold. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be dipping into that one and this one. Ooh. That one and this one as well. Now, I never really shaped my own eyebrows, so I just went, oh, that is way more pigmented than the one I used, but I'll just roll with it. So I'm pretty impressed with these eyeshadows. They're pretty pigmented for being so cheap. I have to do a review on the palettes, like doing like swatches and a real review. So if you'd like to see that sometime soon, I'm more than happy to do it for you. Just let me know. My eyebrows have always been really lopsided. Like one of them's a little bit lower than the other one. I used to just kind of go where my eyebrow was. So I always had that kind of, it was never really filled in properly. More than often I would use the same brown shimmery shade that I used on my eyebrows under the eye as well. You know what, I've got this NYX Butter Gloss. I think I might use that one. This is the time when I first started using highlights underneath my eyebrows there. Underneath the whole thing. Okay, so I'll be still using that lightest color in that Morphe Shimmer palette. This takes me back something shocking. 22, 23, I started doing eyeliner. Now, when I did my eyeliner, I did my makeup pretty similar to this when I started doing my eyeliner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I did my eyeliner. Now, I never really did a wing because I was always afraid of going out of the lines. I don't know why. Napoleon Matte Eye Ink. This is such a good eyeliner. It's really pigmented and it's beautiful. I love matte liquid eyeliners. I say liquid lipsticks. Alright, so what I did was I just went above the eye. What I did was did it around here. Yes, that's pretty much all I do for makeup before I really started playing with it and started watching YouTube and picking stuff up. Now, I know you didn't learn anything cool from today, but it was just a bit of fun. I wanted to show you how bad I used to be in makeup. So if you like this video, then give it a big thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Let me know if there was any embarrassing things that you guys used to do that you'd like to share with me to make me feel a little bit less weird. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if this was a little bit boring, but it cheered me up. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, then click that red button down below, subscribe and become a member of the family. And I hope you have a fantastic day and I love you guys. Bye.